And thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, Dialogues team, for having me over again. I already negotiated extra time for this, so I'm gonna move cool stuff. Okay, so I'll just talk quickly about ourselves. We're a multi-diverse architectural firm. We have a diverse set of offerings. We do master planning, architecture, interior design. What we do differently is prop tech. We do smart building advisory. We have prop tech and smart building advisory is completely different. I believe we are the only firm that does it in Southeast Asia, at least in Southeast Asia. You get some statistics about the firms. We have 50 professionals in there are 50 in Southeast Asia. Did about over 1,000 projects. And our operational footprint spreads across globally, not just in India, but in Southeast Asia through our partnerships in North America. We have feet on around 43 different cities across the globe. So within the firm, it is completely diverse. There's diversity of people across different domains, different geographies, different resource spends.
Subscribe to watch more such insightful videos.
And that's the service domains, which you will see is completely diverse, right from mixed-use developments, commercial villages, to public institutions, to hospitality, to villas, which are smaller in scale. The kind of clientele that we have is in diverse financial institutions, and ITS cards, media, sports, industrial and warehousing. So at the firm, we have uh, different skill sets and different people that do all of these that have concentrated focus on some of these. But every once in a while, people shift from one field to the other. So it gives them an opportunity to work in multiple different types of work. But what I will talk about today is one particular type of building type or a permanent focus on workspace design across different kinds of industries. And what's constant, your adaptability and functionality is in a workplace, sustainability, well-being, and inclusivity, technology integration in the modern office space. Technology is extremely important, and of course, resilience. But what changes? The way the pucks lie, whatever industry wants to be and tailor it. So we have to be contextually mindful of what each industry has to offer, what the should be in each of these sectors. So, for example, in the tech, if you're doing an office for a technology firm, uh, it would be more modern, it would be more agile, innovative, and a lot of choice seeking. Whereas in a sports or a gaming organization, you want to have high performance, high octane kind of energy, electrified. Whereas in a transportation and technology company, that's kinetic, urban, adaptive, or in a financial institutions, you would like to portray more stability, compliance, and security. Uh, Likewise, for the legal firm, you would want to have more authoritative or more composed or more disciplined background, or an FLTG organization, or to be more experiential, flexible, and choice, which is quite similar to some of the tech companies as well, or in a business consulting firm. So each of these sectors have different offerings, or they want to portray a different image to both their customers as well as the employees. So if you skim some of the sectors, like I mentioned earlier, IT, transportation, sports, finance, and I'm going to try and be ambitious to try to import this. Okay, so coming to technology firm, this is something that we're doing for a large technology firm. We have an NDA, so I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's very easy to decide from who it would be. But that's basically the expectation of the client. The first impressions had to be inventive, and that's the true ethos of the firm, and that's what we have to do. So right from the entrance of the organization, this is about 3.5 lakh square feet. Uh, uh, that's the entrance area. This is the entrance to the building. It's actually about 1.5 million square feet, but the public areas are 3.5 lakh square feet, which we are doing. And we were asked to create the arrival experience, which became the launch pad to the entire campus. So it's completely different. It doesn't feel like an office environment. It could feel more like an airport lab, I would say. So here are images of the arrival experience. Very different from a straightforward standard reception area that you would be greeted with. So a lot of duality, a lot of shapes that were created within that. That's the whole space, the arrival area, with multiple different seating areas, meeting rooms which were enclosed, semi-enclosed, open, creating an extremely vibrant environment as you arrive into the space. Hence the reception. And then through past the reception area, they were in the collaborative nexus where we had multiple uh, spaces to meet and a large digital water, which became a conversation piece. It was dynamic. So there's movement at all times within that large open space. Coming to the next project, which was a sports, an office for a sports facility. And again, the requirement there would be completely different, though it's still an office, and you see how diverse the requirements are for from a technology firm to office which is meant for sport. Yeah, he applied for field in the materials of the. So that's the entrance area leading to collaborative spaces. Again, adapting a whole different approach to and extremely bored you are as used in the entire office space. I'd like to work in one of these spaces. And then coming to another office that we do, super large transportation and tech firm in India, so I can't use the name, but you may see glimpses of the name. So keep it quiet. it's about it. Big, but here, the environment was treated more for vertical interconnections, connectivity. So the organization had pick up from one place to the other. So that's what we try to depict within the entire office. So you see a lot of use of the whole campus is different, more technology based, large open spaces for collaboration. Those are basically the rival areas. Maybe some of the collaborative where cafes with F&B areas would become community and common spaces. And around the graffiti on the furniture of which was used, again depicting street art, because it was more a transportation company. So trying to relate what the organization does into the office space. Awesome. And then if you shift to financial organization, how has the workspace become different? So there's large librarians, large media walls, Manfia coming into play. And of course, most of these multinational clients, when they come here, we kind of, they come with global standards, global requirements, but we always uh, do transform them and give the Indian bit to the environment. So a lot of biophilia that goes to that. And shifting completely to a different landscape of, let's say, a legal firm. What will a legal firm do in an office environment? So we had this opportunity of doing one uh, London very close to the school is at Killick House. If you know Killick House. So we tried transforming that into a legal firm office. So we still try to retake some of the old charm, but still mixing that with modern elements of design. And here you see we're retaining some of the old wood that came out of the building at the reception space. So a much more warmer, much more formal palette aesthetic that will take to this. That's the some taste. So mixing of modern elements with the old, creating the warmth with wooden airs and textures. We had a great ceiling, but retaining that, trying to keep retaining that completely as it is. And then another large FMCG client, which is again completely different with again, but with a large open area that becomes the Pinterest spine leading to wall with office spaces. Again, very bright, not very colorful, but just vibrant. Another FMCG client. So you see how different industries have different norms of how an office environment should look like. It's completely diverse when you look at each industry. So industry is specific, but if I have to do another office for, let's say, Google or Microsoft, they would be completely diverse in the way they approach office environment. And then a business consulting firm, what will that look like? Much more formal, attention to detail, biophilia, a lot of art, but still the modern, tech-driven, and curated common areas and collectivity, creating more areas of lab. Thank you.